Hey, what's up, guys? This is Antoine here, also known as the Big Fella. Back there we got Isaiah, also known as the Medium Fella. And today I wanted to try my hand at some fishing in my old neighborhood with Isaiah to see if he could catch his first bass. And I wanted to show you guys the Improved Clinch Knot, which can be used to tie on hooks and lures to your main line. And I also wanted to show you guys the Uni Knot, which is a way to add a piece of monofilament to the end of like braided line, so there's a little bit of invisibility between the braided line and your lure. So sit back and relax, and hopefully we'll get on some fish while I show you guys how to tie these knots, so stay tuned. Alright guys, we made it to my pond. It's kind of warm outside right now. I got my son set up on a shaky head with I believe it's orange pumpkin with black flakes, a trick worm, and I'm probably going to start out with the wacky rig, so let's go ahead and fish. Alright guys, I got my son fishing, and while he's doing that, I wanted to tie on a new hook to my one of my rods, so I'm going to show you how to tie the Improved Clinch Knot. First thing you want to do is take your hook, the eye of it, and feed your line through the eye. Pull it, give yourself some slack, or some tag line, and you just twist 1, 2, 3, whoops. I usually twist it about 4 times. Now, it creates a hole right here above the eye of your hook. You take your tag end and insert it through that, but don't pull it all the way through just yet, because I created another loop here, and you take your tag end and pass it through that. And then you kind of draw everything tight like this. You wet your knot with spit, and then you pull your main line all the way down to the hook, and that knot's sturdy enough to hold on your line. I've actually bent hooks instead of breaking line with this knot. And after that, you're ready to fish. It takes no time to tie at all. It's a really strong knot. So if you're still using double overhanded knots to tie on your lures and you keep losing them, I recommend switching to this knot. Little dink.
Got him. That's a blue fish too.
Mm-hmm. Little fish, not bad, guys. Feisty though. Not bad. Off the wacky rig, of course.
You always did that.
That's what I'm good with. Here, now you try with the wacky rig.
Yeah.
That's from the wind. Okay. You remember how to use this push button, right?
Right.
Okay. One fish. I'm going to go get me another rod to fish what I want my son to be able to catch a fish. So, yeah, I'll be right back. He's on his first fish, guys. Fight him. Reel it, reel it, reel it. He's in the bushes. Don't let him run away, don't let him run away. Drag him up here.
It's heavy.
First fish. Alright. Let me help him take this off the hook, guys. Sorry.
You are
Okay.
first fish.
First
Good.
bass.
Ooh. Second bass.
Oh yeah.
More than Elijah. But it's stuck in there.
No, not too bad.
Not too bad. Very good. hope I get another one.
I'm gonna have to get you another worm. I don't know what he did. The other one might have shook it off.
Oh, where's the worm?
He took it off.
Oh,
All
where
right,
is
here.
it?
Hold the scale. Hold the black part up here. Come in front of the camera. Hold it up so I can see your face. He caught his first fish, YouTube, out here on this pond, his first largemouth bass. Alright guys, I got some really good footage of my son catching his first bass. The reason I was able to get such good footage was because I just hit the record button to show you guys how to tie the uni knot, and he was like, "Dad, I got a fish." So I was able to show him, get him his fish in here. But I'm onto the uni knot. All right, what you want to do? I have this clear line here that's attached to my my pole, my reel already, and then whatever line you want to use, and I have that attached to the reel. What you want to do is you want to take your main line attached to your pole, drag it out, give yourself a little bit of room, and then you want to take the line that you want to add to the line and drape it across the line that's already on your rod. Now, it doesn't matter which end you start with, but I'm going to start with the main line. You take it and you pull the main line out like this, and then you kind of fold it back to your fingers where you have it pinched, and pinch the line to make a loop, just like this. And then you want to take your tag end of your main line and pass it through that loop, making sure it goes around the line you're adding and the line of your main line, and going through that loop. And you want to do that about 4 or 5 times. And what I do when I get home, I'm going to show you this with some other string that I have. That way it's a little bit easier to see. I know it's cloudy out right now, but just want to make it a little bit easier for you guys. I actually got to start over. All right, I got my loop, and you just wrap your main line. You kind of want to keep tension on both lines. And you just wrap the tag in around the main line and the line you're adding about 4 times. And then once you get it wrapped around, you pull the tag line tight to the other line. So now you have a little knot right there. Now what you want to do is do it for the other side. So you take your line that you're adding, the tag end, which is right here, and you do the same thing. You make a loop and pinch it so you have the tag line. Let me do that again. Okay. Got me a nice size loop. And now I'm going to take and add the line that I'm adding on and wrap it around both lines 4 times as well. 2, 3, 4. And then you want to pull that tight. So now you have 2 knots on the line, one there and the other down here. Now what you want to do, very important, so it makes it a little bit easier to pull together, you wet the line between the knots. And then you grab your new line and your main line from your pole and just pull them together and pull tight. Now both lines are joined together, and you can just snip it for however long of a leader you want. Now with this knot, I wouldn't recommend too much leader, because after you cut the tag ends off of both sides of the knot, it could get hung up in the guides of your fishing pole and make for a nightmare of a day for you out on the water. So this knot I wouldn't recommend using for your line going through the guides. There is another knot, it's called the FG knot, and I am learning to tie that right now. It's going to take me a little while because it's such an extensive knot. If you want to kind of go, if you want to see what it looks like now, I'll tag a video that I've watched that I'm using to learn the FG knot in the comment section. I'm sorry, not the comment, the description section below, and that way you guys can go and watch that if you want to try to learn it now while I'm learning it. But expect an FG knot video here shortly. So now I have my red line, which is, I believe it is, well, this one's 14-pound monofilament, and the other one I believe it's 12. So if you wanted to use 12-pound monofilament or like 60-pound braid and wanted to use like a 12-pound leader for some reason, you can use this knot to tie a short little leader. That way there's a little bit of invisibility. Okay, a little bit of invisibility between the line. Right now my son has another fish. Oh, he lost it. Oh, he lost it. But okay, that's the uni knot. Now I'm going back fishing. Gotta take my drag.
Stop flopping too much. That's all you do. All fish do.
Alright guys, there you go. Another fish on the uni knot. Holding like a dream.
How many fish did you say you were going to catch?
I don't know. I got two. You hooked up on a fish, and
I got one. It's not for me. It's fun to be going fishing.
I know I should be using gloves right now, guys. I'm probably gonna pay for it in the morning. But there's fish.
That looks like the same one.
It might have been. Yeah, I'm probably going to pay for touching that bass without my gloves, but I didn't feel like running to go chase him down. So it is what it is. All right, number 2. Let's see if my son can catch up with me. He was getting ready to beat me. He almost had another fish in, but he lost it right at his feet. So, and unfortunately, in tournaments, it doesn't count if you have a fish at your feet. You gotta have it in the boat or in your hands. Oh, my worm just split in half when I cast it.
Oh, I saw it too.
You saw it? Oh, and I got a little bit of a bird, huh? There we go. Okay. Alright guys, I'm going to rig up with something else. I'm probably going to try to go top water now. But yeah, I just lost my wacky rig. My rubber bands broke. And
the last one? That was the real last one?
No, that wasn't my last worm, no. But I don't feel like I want to try to use different stuff. Maybe I'll use that top water frog that I got in my mystery tackle box. Alright guys, I am fishing with that 3D frog that was made by Savage Gear that I got out of my mystery tackle box last month. It looks like with this one, you don't necessarily have to walk it. You just like slow retrieve it. The legs look like they work like a ribbon tail worm. So I'm going to try a couple different retrieves and see what works.
How do you walk it?
How do you walk it?
Yeah. Daddy, if you run your dinner bunch, you could get a fish. I just saw a fish hot right there.
You walk it. This is how you walk. You just go pop, 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 pop. But this one isn't really like a walking style frog. It just looks like it's just a swimmer.
You would have had one if you haven't moved. Where's mine?
I wish I had my other camera already, guys. The way this thing is moving in the water is Guys, I casted my frog out there on top of the pier and it went down between the cracks. I probably wouldn't be able to do that in a million years, but right now it's stuck. And I'm really struggling trying to get this frog off, to break it off as close as I can to the lure. But that line is holding really good. The uni knot is still on there too, by the way. Alright guys, I got I'm rigged up here just about. I'm using these hooks. I really wish I had some actual swim bait hooks. Those are the hooks that have the little weight down here instead of on the head, because it just looks a little more natural. But we're going to try this out and see, give it a whirl and see if it works. I think what I'm going to start doing is fishing with, making a video with me fishing with everything out of my mystery tackle box, and seeing which lure catches the most fish. I'll like do like a time limit or something of like maybe 20 minutes per lure, and see which one out of the box catches the most fish, minus the one that the winner picks of my monthly contest, of course. But maybe I'll go out and like personally buy it for myself and give it a try. But let's go ahead and use this swim bait and see what we got. He caught that on the shaky head. Look at his face. Medium fella got 2, big fella got 2.
But we're doing a contest.
I wasn't going to tell you unless you won. If you won, I wasn't going to tell you. But
don't.
I'm just kidding.
That's look good that time. Stop. Kasim got it one time in his eye.
Yep.
Oh, no.
You want to hold this one up for the camera too? Oh wow, the camera's all jalopitated. We're sideways. There you go. Hold it up for the camera. Second largemouth bass, guys. Like father, like son. Okay, the camera was wobbling. Sorry. All right. Did you want to try to hold it like I was holding it by the lips?
No.
Okay. You're not ready for that? He's not ready for that. All right. Off you go, buddy.
Bye. I'm catching it.
You are catching. Catching as soon as swim.
It was right here too. I caught it right here. They're going fishing too? Oh, excuse me. You flung that.
We appreciate it if you didn't park on the dam.
Okay.
Dam. There's a parking area over here by the entrance to the boat ramp. I didn't know if you're going to catch anything here.
Woo-hoo.
3-2.
Did she catch any like that?
Yeah, he did. He caught 2. This is my 3rd.
Good deal. I saw the hair. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. A lot of people. But yeah, I'll move for you guys. Yeah, no problem.
We appreciate. Yeah.
You said it's down
It's
there by that.
Down there by the sign. Just park, you know, where people can get in and out. I can't imagine anybody's launching a boat now, but they might.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. I'll move it. Let me get
So
this.
what does your what's the sign on the back mean?
Hashtag YDY you do. It's part of our summer camp program that we have at daycare.
Ah. Have a good one.
All right, you too.
Well, where are the teeth at?
Right there where my thumb is. It's not really teeth. It's like ridges to help them hold on to a bait. All right, guys. I just got in trouble for parking my truck where I have it at. Let me go move it for a second. I'll be right back. Woo. Guys, I know I should be doing something top water right now because it's late in the afternoon. The sun is going down, but I'm really having fun fishing this swimming jig, so I think I want to fish with it for a little while longer, and maybe I'll tie on something else that came out of my mystery tackle box. I really wish I didn't lose that frog because it is definitely prime time for it now. There's nothing prettier than a sunset after these hours. Just as it starts getting dark everywhere, there's that little bit of light. Alright guys, I am back home. had to take a shower first because I was all sweaty and sticky, but all in all, it was a pretty good day. I caught 3 bass. My son, he caught his first 2 bass, and I'm pretty sure it'll be a nice, memorable point in his life. But I just wanted to recap on the 2 knots that I talked about earlier. First is the Improved Clinch Knot. You just pretty much take it and run the tag end of your line through the hoop of the hook or lure that you want to tie on. And with it through that, you twist it 4 times, at least 4. And then you want to take your tag end and pass it through that hoop that you made right above the lure. And then, excuse me, after you pass it through that, you pass it through the new loop that it just made from you doing that, and you pull everything pretty close to tight. Then you wet your knot, and then you pull it tight. Now the second knot, I know it was a little more complicated, and it takes a little while longer to tie, but I wanted to go over that in a little more detail. Let me move the camera closer. All right, you start off with the line that's on your fishing rod, and then you take the line from the spool of you take the fishing line from that you want to use. I usually leave it on the spool to make it a little bit easier. You take the 2 lines and you overlap them like this. And then doesn't really matter which end you start at. You just take the first 1 tag end and make a loop. But you want to leave yourself a little extra tag end to make it a little bit easier for yourself. And you have your loop like this with both lines down here, and you want to take your tag end and go through the loop, but wrapping the tag end around the bottom portion where both of the lines are. And you want to do that about 4 times. For the sake of the video, I'm only going to do it twice. And then you draw everything together, and then you hop over to the other side and grab that tag line, and you do the same thing. You make the loop, and you have both lines down here together on the bottom, and you wrap that around four times at least. I'm only going to do it twice for the video. 1, 2, and then you pull that through. Now you have 2 knots on 2 separate ends of the line. You just take the main line from your spool and your fishing line, and you pull, and both knots will slide together, and it should create a pretty strong knot. I'm using this stretchy string, so it's probably going to pull apart if I give it a little bit of pull. Well, it's actually staying pretty tight. And then you just snip both tag ends right here, and you have, like earlier I had like 12-pound monofilament on my main line, and I believe it was 14-pound monofilament on the leader line. You can do braid, monofilament, I guess braid, fluorocarbon, carbon, however you want to do it, for whatever your fishing needs are. But yep, that's the uni knot, and I wouldn't use this knot if you want to use a long leader, especially if the knot is going to be going through the guides, because it can snag the guides and mess your cast up. But I want to try to find you guys that FG knot video that I've been trying to teach myself with, so I can teach you guys, and I'll post it down here in the description section. But like I always say, please get out there on the water, learn how to fish. It's a great sport to be involved in. Try to get your kids involved. As you saw my son, he had an excellent time catching his first bass, and I think he's hooked now, so probably going to have at least 1 co-partner. I'm pretty sure my daughter's going to be tagging along as well, and I'm going to try to get my wife in the fishing. But get out there on the water, throw your line out there, see what you catch. Make sure you have fun fishing, and fish for cheap. This is Big Fella signing out.